Well, hello, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today, today, I'm gonna walk you through a build that I did on, it was last night that I couldn't sleep. So I decided to just build something and I wanted it to be unique and different. And I thought, you know what? I haven't tried to use rounded walls for a very long time. So I was like, let's do that. Let's make a house with rounded walls. My initial thought, as you can see me trying, was to have like a circle or otherwise, but a round room and then build round rooms off of that by connecting it. I couldn't do the best job. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So it ended up piecing it together, and this is what I ended up with. Now, the one thing that I messed up on was I didn't place rooms. What I did was I made platforms. So then I had to go in and add the walls. That was my mistake. But once I did it, I was like, okay, I'm not going back and making rooms. I'm just going to add the walls. It'll be a lot easier. And I did initially want to keep it with the little insets, but you'll see later in the video that I do kind of close off those little inset holes a little bit. But once I got the downstairs kind of done, I was like, okay, let's do an upstairs. No idea. No idea how I was going to do it. I was just playing around with stuff and I'm like, okay, is this too big? Is this too small? Is it too square? Is it too round? I didn't know. But what I did know was where I was going to put the bathroom upstairs. And those were the first walls that I placed down, was the upstairs bathroom in that top left corner. And I was like, okay, upstairs is going to have 3 bedrooms, no big deal. Now the downstairs layout, that was a little bit more difficult. I was able to put the rooms where I wanted to, but the problem that I kept seeing was that that hallway was huge. It was way, way too big. But instead of messing with that and driving myself crazy, I decided to work on the roof, which that was a great idea. Let's not do this one thing because I think it's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to do this other thing because I know that's definitely going to drive me crazy. So yeah, that was a smart move. But as you can see, I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I was trying to do, but it wasn't working out. So I struggled. I really struggled, as you can see. The top part, I don't think was as difficult as the bottom part. The bottom part really did hurt. It hurt a lot. I don't know what it was because it's the same shape, just bigger. So why was it that much more difficult? I don't know. Things weren't lining up properly like they usually do. I did the Shift C so you can get more of a smoother control on the roof, but it wasn't lining up the way I thought it should. And I like made the sides of the roofs a little bit bigger, brought in the eaves, things like that. I had to keep playing around with it because it was not working for me. Eventually I just said, screw it. It's as close as it's going to get. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it looks decent and doesn't like completely blow your mind of what you're looking at. I was like, it'll be good enough. But yeah, you can see that I'm playing around with different ways to do the roofing and stuff. And what I ended up with isn't too bad. I don't mind it so much. I think it looks fine. It's not my best work, but it's the best work that I could do with the house shape that I made. So that it's all my fault. It is all completely my fault. It was of my own making. And that's okay. That's what makes it fun, is doing something that's difficult, but still enjoying it. So yeah, I just eventually said, screw it, this is good enough. But then this is where I start kind of closing in those little gaps. Oh no, I went back to the roof. Oh my God. I seriously went back to the roof. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot I did that. Anywho, and then yeah, I go upstairs and lo and behold, there's a roof poking through. I was so mad. I'm like, okay, well, what if I raise them all the way up? Nope. Didn't work either, because the roof, when the walls are down or even not fully down, it still shows up. I tried adding a room to kind of close that off, thinking maybe I can just make the hallway smaller. Nope, that didn't work either. So I was like, okay, you know what? Screw this. Screw it. I'm just going to add some cabinets there and everything will be fine. I can't even remember at this point what I ended up doing, to be honest, because I don't think I ever covered it up. But we'll find out here in just a minute what I did. If I don't do it in this part, I will definitely be showing you in the walkthrough, so you'll see that. Oh, I did make the room a little bigger. Okay, I did. Yay. Okay, so that's what I did to fix that. Then I moved downstairs. Tried to figure out, okay, how am I going to fix this hallway? How am I going to make this hallway smaller and not take away from the rest of the house? I didn't mind making like the living room and the dining room a little bit bigger because I could have used the room, but the problem was the stairs. The stairs. They were, if I made the living room at this point larger to the left, I was only going to have one tile from the bottom of the stairs down the hallway. And I didn't want that. I wanted at least 2 tiles. So I kept moving it around. I was like, well, I'll just move the stairs around. I'll make them an L shape. So I did that. And then it messed everything else up because I was like, well, the door to the bathroom, the door to the office. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, why am I not getting this? So it was just a trial and error, trying to make my vision in my head come to fruition while still trying to make the build logical. So in changing the stairs, I had to change the upstairs completely. I'm like, dang it. I have to go through all of that again. But it worked out better because the roof wasn't clipping through this time. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but it all worked out. So anyway, I'm going to walk you through here the full build in just a second. Make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Don't go anywhere. Just blink. Okay. Okie dokie. I am all done. And it wasn't as hard as I thought, but it was definitely funner than I thought. I thought I was going to lose my mind, pull out my hair, but I did not. I actually enjoyed putting this one together, and I hope you like the end result as well. So here on the front porch, we've got a little bistro table to sit, a little flower box there. We've got, the porch lights and whatnot. We only have a very little bit of landscaping out in the front. I didn't want to overwhelm this with a bunch of greenery and flowers and stuff because I felt like the house spoke for itself. But anyway, here's the backyard. I think the backyard looks so fun. Over here on the left side, we have a little ladder of plants. We've got some planter pots there, all in a gravel kind of area with, it's worn out, so it's got a little bit of dirt on it too. Little swing set. I also have a football, soccer ball, and a flower arranging station, just in case you want to arrange some flowers that you grow. We have some loungers with a little summer tray over here. We also have a pool with a very cool design on the walls. It can't really see it. See if I can show you. It's the onsen style. It's this one here. Very, very cool. Absolutely love it. I think it's so fun, especially if you're under the water. It's going to look fun. It's going to be fun. Got some lights and then, the ladder. We also have a couple of little tables just out here under the awning that I made myself, or pergola. Added the pillars and did the little fence trick up top with the raised greenery as well, so that you still get light coming through, but it's not like, super, super hot under there. And then over in this little grassy section, which is very small, I have a telescope and the water balloon bucket, which is just something else for the kids to do to have fun, and the adults too. And then over here on the table, on the patio, we've got, some barbecue sauces and some vegetables, a grill, and the wall plants here that I pushed into the wall just a little bit so it looks like floating shelves. I love doing that, and I want to keep doing that. Every time I use that flower shelf thing, I do that because it's cool. I like how it looks. Okay, so this is how the roof ended up. This roof was my biggest flipping nightmare. I love how it looks now. Getting there, you saw, was nearly impossible. So anyway, let's go inside and look at the fun stuff. So you walk in through the front door. You've got stairs to the left with the door. You've got not really a very long hallway, but it does go straight back to the backyard. We've got an entry table with some junk on it. And another entry table or hall table, I guess, here with some other stuff on it, and that's it. And then, of course, the runners. I did overlap the runner rugs a little bit so that it lined up here in the middle, so it looked a little bit more seamless than it did. If we go in through this door, I hate that the roof does that. Anyway, if we go in through this roof, we have the office, which is quite a large office, which I really like. My offices tend to be kind of small most of the time, but we have a little section here to paint. We've got this office desk here, which is one of the free maker packs that are available this week. Each of the free packs only available for a month. So I highly suggest that you go get it. It came with the computer, this computer and this desk. That was it. But hey, it's free. And from what I understand, once it's not free anymore, you're going to have to pay for it. So go get it. Don't miss out on it. You may or may not use it. If you don't like it, you can always uninstall it. But I highly recommend getting free stuff anytime you can. Got clutter there. We've got a little organization cabinet with some books on top, magazine covers that I'm going to say somebody in the family, one of the parents, were part of creating. And then you've got all the bookshelves from businesses and hobbies. There's 3 different styles. So I just alternated all the styles and added just a couple of things on the shelves just to kind of fill it up a little bit. And then, of course, the chess table and this beautiful rug swatch that I don't think ever used. I need to use it more often. I really do. I used the left and right panel of these curtains and just kind of overlapped them so they have the big swag in the middle, which I really like. Again, working with circular walls, you're going to come into issues and problems like this roof glitching through, which is fine. Whatever. I don't care. As long as the rest of the house looks good. You're probably not even going to see the roof or the ceiling because, well, you're not going to be playing in first person mode. I forgot to move that shelf. Okay, sorry. I'll take care of that. So this is the living room, really, except for the roof glitching. It really bothers me, but other than that, I like it. That's not roof. Those are curtains. Oh, no. I need to go fix that. Oh, shoot. I fixed it. It's much better now. So this is the living room. These couches here are also free maker packs. Again, I highly suggest that you take advantage of the freebies. They do have some really pretty swatches, and yeah, I like it. They come with pillows. Can't be mad about that. But we've got this large TV, the rounded screen. I did make it smaller by 1 because it was bigger than the other TV I normally use, but it was too big. So I made it just a little bit smaller. We've got some video game stuff and magazines, flowers? No, not flowers. Plants, a blanket basket. And then over here on this little table, we've got just a little bit of decor. These curtains I thought were absolutely perfect. I rarely use these curtains, but with the brown and the green, I thought it was perfect. So I added those in. We have a sort of matching brown armchair with some yarn, so you can do some yarning. And then we have the treadmill over here with a large portrait on that side and a fish tank. So everybody can be extremely happy with all the stuff that they have to do and look at in the living room. Yay! This here is the little half bath. This is the same tiling that's going to be in the kitchen, and nothing spectacular, just a little half bath. I think it's cute. Over here, we have the large dining room with a very large table for 8. With a bonsai tree, some stuff on the walls, the curtains, and more stuff on the walls with it's a bathroom cabinet, but I'm calling it a kitchen hutch, and then a globe bar over there. I had a really hard time trying to find curtains that matched what I was looking for because these chairs are a very, very soft pink. So that's kind of what I was looking for, was a soft pink, not pink, not, fuchsia. And I eventually settled on these curtains. I really like how they turned out. And they're just a perfect match. And these pictures were also a perfect match. And this rug, love this rug. It is so pretty. And it matched. And it just, perfection. Then we go into the kitchen. It's very bright. Very kind of colorful almost. It's pink and blue. Well, salmon and blue. As you walk through the archway, you do have a little bit of stuff on the walls on the left and the right. On the right side here, we have the little coffee bar or espresso bar. And I think to be able to use this machine, you have to have that machine. So you can grind up your espresso and then put it in the machine, I believe, if I remember correctly. Unless they changed that, I don't know. Otherwise, you have 2 espresso machines. So, whatever, that's not going to hurt. And then we've got our little baker's cart, little plants, some blinds, aprons. You've got the little rounded bar here. This took me an eternity to figure out. I wanted a bar top, but I wasn't sure how it was going to fit, if it was going to look right, if it was even going to work at all, because I wanted to make sure that I had a walking path here between the chair and that cap, the little bar over there. So I would say it took me about a half an hour just to do this section right here. It was crazy, I know. But, when you are working in the middle of the night or at the very late night, your mind isn't fully functional. So, yeah. But we've got some clutter in that corner there. We've got an open counter and another open counter here just in case. Got some plant on the wall and some dishes and the appliances, as well as a little rug there in the kitchen, which I rarely ever put kitchen rugs in. I've got rugs in my kitchen, so it's not like it's unheard of. I just don't think about doing it. Usually probably because the floor is very patterned more so than the walls, and I think this just looked perfect, and it kind of brings in the hall rug into the kitchen, so it just kind of blends a little bit more because this room is so much brighter than the other rooms, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I really like it. It's just, you've got something very subtle over there. You've got your green colors over there. Whatever. I like it. I think it's cute. And then this is the back door that takes you out to the patio, as you can see. So now we are going to go upstairs. Yes, we are. And it's an L-shaped stairwell. At the top of the stairs, we have a dartboard. Yes, we do, my friends. You stand here at the top of the stairs and play darts. How fun is that? Just hope nobody's coming up the stairs because they might get hit in the head. But that's okay because it's The Sims. Over at the top of the stairs here, we've got a downlight and a plant. We've got some picture collage over there, a beautiful portrait over there. Got a nice little cabinet with the purple curtains and the purple candles. And then this one, you can see the purple in here, being that it's next to the purple curtains. And I love that. And then this cabinet here, it is a bookcase, but there's some board games on it and everything for the kids to play. At the top of the stairs, you have this beautiful bathroom. I can't tell you the pain and agony I went through in this bathroom. I wasn't going to change the shape because it was good the way it was, the rest of the house. And I was like, okay, I can make it work. I just have to figure out how. I initially wanted to have like a bathtub and a shower, but that was not possible. At least I could not make it possible. These cabinets here was a pain in the butt. They clipped or snapped too far into the wall because, again, rounded walls, but they snapped too far into the wall. So when I put the sink down, it was like half of the sink was in the wall and it just wasn't working right. So once I placed outside sink cabinet, then I placed the middle one and then the left one. So it works now. The mirrors I had to raise up by 2 because, they weren't working otherwise. But we've got some towels, some clean laundry over there. We've got another storage cabinet over there just in case. And the toilet over in the little corner. Same tile work as the kitchen as well. So yeah, there you go. Rounded walls suck, but sometimes they're not so bad. It makes for a really cute floor plan. This is the girls' room. I couldn't remember. I just finished building it too. I couldn't remember. But anyway, she's got green and orange primarily in here with dark browns. Nice little collage over there. She's got her nail polishes, a fan that she got somewhere, incense, curtains, which drove me insane because I couldn't get them up there right. Once you get to the corner, it just kind of gets all funky. But I did the best I could. I don't think it's bad. It's just, I just don't like it very much. That's all. And then over here, we've got a little seating area with her books and her camera. So she can take pictures. She's got a beautiful peacock over there, which I think kind of matches the room. And then, of course, her dresser with her stuff on top. Makeup, toiletries, perfumes, things like that. And then another little wall collage over there with a plant and a fuzzy rug. Love the fuzzy rug. Next, we go back into the hallway. We go into this room here, and this one is her brother's room. I don't know if they're twins or if they're close in age or what, but this is her brother's room. He likes sports and movies and things like that. Got his little nightstand there. He's got his guitar, brand new box of shoes. No, he's got his own little place to sit and read, and then he's got his favorite Sims game posters over there with the cow plant too. And then the blue curtains that I thought matched beautifully in this room with the light brown and that really soft color of blue, which I really like. So that's his room. We like his room. I like her room better, but you know, that's just me. And this is the parents' bedroom. I know it's more of a girl's bedroom than a parent's bedroom, but whatever. I don't care. I like it. Brown and pink. Very, very nice combination of colors. And then on their dresser, this is primarily dad's stuff. And then you got family portraits there, which whatever pictures you take, you can just put in there. We've got a quilt rack and mirror with her beautiful purse there on the floor, and then her vanity with her jewelry and makeup and whatnot. And then her bed here in the corner. I had to squish these tables into the wall, so we're pretending that these tables are purposely made this way. Because, you know, why not? A little bit of clutter and some lights, and the brown curtains that were clipping through downstairs, I fixed that. I put them up higher. And then through this door takes you into the bathroom. So everybody shares this bathroom, basically. But they have their own door, and then they have a hallway door. But I wish Sims could fix that little glitch, but, you know, it's Sims, and they probably won't. But that's okay. So now we're going to take a top-down view, and I'm going to walk you through. Okay, I don't know what's going on over here. I did not place those. I did not do this. I don't think I did, unless it was another late night and I just lost my brain. But yeah, that's weird. I just thought I'd point that out because I'm sure you're going to see it. But here's the property. Here is the little pergola with the pool and the gardening section and all of that. If we go down onto the top floor, we have the hallway, landing, the girls' room, boys' room, parents' room, bathroom. I love the bathroom. I really do. And then downstairs, we have the hallway here in the middle with the large kitchen over here, the office, living room, and dining room with the back patio out there and the front porch in the front. So that's it. Gosh, I hope you guys like this. I really hope you like it. And I hope you like the fact that I worked so hard on that roof. That roof was miserable. And the bathroom upstairs was miserable. But it was worth all the work because I absolutely love this house. I know I say that a lot, and I'm sorry, but I really do. I like it. There are some things that, you know, I wish I could have changed and done different, but I didn't know how, or I couldn't figure it out, or I just got sick and tired of trying. So this is what you end up with. Anywho, I hope that you guys got a little bit of inspiration somewhere. If you did, let me know what that inspiration was and how you plan on using it. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, y'all, have fun.